What if I told you that the number of candles on your birthday cake, well, it's probably the least important number when it comes to your actual health? Today, we're going to dig into your biological age, the true measure of how your body is doing on the inside. And the best part, we're going to show you how to get your first reading for free right at home. So I got to ask you a question. How old are you really? And no, I'm not talking about how many times you've been around the sun. I'm talking about how your body's actually functioning. Are you younger on the inside than the calendar says? Or maybe a little older? Well, let's find out.
Okay, so let's break this down real quick. Your chronological age. That's simple, right? It's fixed, it's just the years you've been alive. But your biological age, oh, that is a completely different story. It reflects how well your body is actually working, and here's the most important part. It's a number you can change. It's the truest measure of your health.
So, to get a handle on this, we are going to walk through 6 super simple, totally free tests that you can do, like right now at home. Think of this as your own personal health snapshot, a baseline to figure out exactly where you are today.
First up, a classic, the continuous push-up test. And look, this isn't just about showing off your biceps, It's a really powerful indicator of your upper body's functional strength, which is absolutely crucial for everything from carrying your groceries to just staying independent as you get older.
Okay, but here's the deal. For this to be an accurate measure, your form has to be on point. It's non-negotiable. We're talking arms shoulder-width apart, lowering your chest all the way to a target on the floor, and pushing back up to a full extension. Every single rep needs to be clean, no shortcuts. So what's a good score here? Well, for a 30-year-old female, for example, 8 push-ups is considered average. Anything over 16 is excellent. The whole point is to just see where you land. For a little context, Lauren, the subject in our source material, cranked out 40 push-ups, which puts her biological age somewhere around 18. Wow. All right, next up we have the sit-rise test. Now this one looks deceptively simple, but trust me, it is incredibly revealing. It tests your strength, your flexibility, and your balance, all in one go. 3 foundational pillars of physical health that, let's be honest, tend to decline as we age. So here's how it works. You start from a standing position. You sit down into a cross-legged position on the floor, and then you rise back up. The real challenge is to do it all without using your hands, your arms, or even your knees for support. You start with perfect score of 10, and you lose 1 point every single time you need a little extra help. A perfect score is a 10 out of 10. Now, Lauren makes this look easy, but please do not get discouraged if you can't nail this on your first try. It is surprisingly difficult, and it's a skill that definitely gets harder to maintain. Even scoring a 7 or an 8 is a fantastic sign of your foundational strength, so give it a shot and just see what your number is. All right, next up is flexibility, and we're going to focus specifically on your hamstrings and your lower back. This is so crucial for preventing injuries, for reducing your risk of falling, and just for maintaining your overall fitness for the long haul. Now, to get an accurate reading here, the setup has to be just right. You're going to place a tape measure on the floor, sit down so your feet are perfectly aligned at the 15-inch mark. Keep those legs totally straight and just reach forward as far as you can.
For this age group, the benchmark you're really shooting for is reaching past that 19-inch mark on the tape measure. So see if you can hit that number, or maybe even push beyond it. Any score above 19 is a really great result.
Test number 4. It might sound almost too simple, but it is incredibly revealing. It's the eyes closed, one-leg stand. And get this, for people over 40, your performance on this test is actually a powerful predictor of all-cause mortality. It is all about balance. Okay, the technique is key here. You choose a leg to stand on, place your other foot on the side of that standing knee, put your arms at your sides, and then comes the hard part. Close your eyes and just hold it for as long as you can. You get 3 attempts, so go for your best time.
So, for a 30-year-old, the average time to hold this pose is around 17 seconds. The question is, can you beat that average? This is a great test of your body's internal stability system. Lauren's best time was an incredible 93 seconds. That's over 1.5 minutes.
All right, let's switch gears and move to something a little different, your nervous system. Test number 5 is all about reaction time. How quickly can your brain and body respond to a stimulus? So, why does this even matter? Well, because our reaction time naturally slows as we get older, and that decline is often even more pronounced in women. Slower reactions can create very real risks in everyday life, from driving a car to just catching yourself when you trip. The cool thing is you can test this right on your phone. Just grab an app like Reaction Time and Reflex Test. In the Lights Out game, all you have to do is tap the screen the instant it changes. For reference, a score around a quarter of a second, like Lauren's 0.259, is exceptionally fast. See how close you can get.
All right, for our final free tests, we're looking at body composition with a waist-to-height ratio. And a lot of experts believe this is a way better indicator of health than the old BMI because it specifically points to visceral fat, the more dangerous kind of fat that's stored around your organs.
And the math here couldn't be simpler. Your waist circumference should be less than half of your height. That gives you a ratio of less than 0.5. As long as you're under that number, you're in a really healthy range for this important metric. Okay, so what if you've completed all 6 tests and you're ready for a little bonus level? Well, we've got one more for you. Now, this one does require a small investment of about $20, and it measures your overall grip strength. For about $20, you can grab a hand dynamometer online. And believe it or not, grip strength is a surprisingly accurate predictor of overall health and longevity. For a 30-year-old female, anything over 91 pounds is considered an elite, off-the-charts score. And Lauren, she hit 96 pounds. Just another great data point for your health snapshot.
Okay, before we wrap up, let's be really, really clear about something. The point of all of this is not to compare yourself to Lauren or anyone else. It's about establishing your own baseline. Think of your results as a starting line, not some final grade. This is just an entry point, because remember, you can't improve what you don't measure.
So, now you've got the tools. You can measure your baseline, you can see exactly where you stand. The only question left is, what's your first step going to be?